Hey guys, me again with another YouTube video. I'm getting ready to do like a live stream, I think, because I'm home alone and it's spring break and tomorrow we're going to the beach and stuff, so I might as well do something while I'm home alone, which is why I'm kind of making the video, but at the same time, I really want to do a live stream. Live streaming's pretty fun and whatnot, and it like shows you guys part of what I'm doing and building and whatnot, so I might try to live stream today, but for the past like hour, I've been searching around for something to live stream, like something to build, and I just haven't found anything that I wanted to do in particular. So, anyhow, instead of doing that, we will be taking a look at something really cool. We're going to be taking a look at another Lego Star Wars mod that I've done. Everyone basically knows me for doing Lego Star Wars mods all the time. And if you hear the fan in the laptop, just ignore it, please. I do a crap ton of Lego Star Wars mods all over the place. Mostly gunship mods, AT-OT dropship mods, things like that. And then I've just kind of been messing around with some of the other stuff. And I ended up coming across this model right here, Imperial Landing Craft 7659. This set came out in 2007, and it was a pretty interesting pretty interesting set that I took and I looked at. And for those of you who have never seen this before, there's this really cool form on Eurobricks that has every single Lego model ever made in LDD, and you just hit Control F and then type in the set number, and it comes up. So that's what's right here in orange. And then you can download it, and then you can use it in LDD. So that's what I did. I downloaded this from ADHO15. That's the person who created it, so shout out to him. Thank you so much. And once you download it, you can open it up into LDD, and it's the exact same thing here. All the colors are the same and whatnot. The only thing is there's obviously no stickers, or sometimes the printing is incorrect, so obviously you're going to have to live without any of the printing. And I went ahead and I made something that's really, really interesting. And this is what it looks like in LDD to Pavre. There's a few modifications that it went into it. And by a few, I mean pretty much all of it was modded in some way, shape, or form. Obviously, the biggest mods that you can probably note from here are the entire back wings have been redone, the middle fin have been redone, and then the cockpit up here has been redone. I've redone most of all of this model just to give it a little bit of a more interesting look to it, kind of, and a little bit more tactical kind of look to it. So, anyhow, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and open it up in LDD itself, and here's a sneak peek at some of the guns coming out, so you guys can take a look at that. But this is the woes of oop, I just turned the Xbox One on by accident. So here it is. This is the Imperial landing craft. The wings are folded down in this one, but it's a really, really cool model that I actually liked messing around with. It was really fun to mess around with. Pretty simple, to be completely honest, and it turned out looking good. I like how it looks. So we're going to start from the front and work our way back. So I expanded the cockpit out so that it was wider, so it looks better. It's still got the same angle, and it still used the same cockpit piece. But I also put in 2 seats instead of just the one, because 2 seats looks better, to be honest. And then, of course, I give it the front 2 landing lights here, and then kind of gave it a little bit of different coloring going through it so that it just looks better. On the side, we have some cannons. They swivel up and down, but not side to side, like so. Just the, you know, clear the landing zone, basically, as you come in for a landing. A little bit of detail on both sides. What used to be here was those spring cannons that they have, like the really, really big ones. I think they're in here. No, they're not. I don't think they are. Yeah, they're not in here. Where would they be? Yeah, I have no idea what these things would be. But they're like the big rubber ones that have been on Lego models forever, that launch like huge things, and it always has the diagram of you shooting it into someone's eye and then like a red circle over it. Yeah, those things used to be here, and they used to take up like half the interior, which I didn't like, so I just went ahead and removed it, and then like remodeled the interior. We'll get to that soon. The undercarriage here looked fairly good for the most part, other than this part used to not be here, and it would used to just be open, and I really didn't like that, so I went with the under part just to kind of give it a little bit more depth. The entire top section here used to be all of 2 studs, and I really didn't like that, so I widened it out to 4 studs and then used some slope bricks and whatnot through it just to make it look a little bit better. And then I added the back cannon here. This one swivels 360 degrees and then goes up and down, so that's nice. I didn't mess with the engines at all back here. And then I did mess with the gears used, because I can't rotate these gears up and down if the mechanism back here stayed in place. So I just removed the mechanism, but if this actually became a real Lego model, obviously the mechanism would still be in here because it works naturally like that. But unfortunately these don't like function like that basically, so I had to remove the gear model. What stops the wings in place is this piece right here, which is connected to the main body right there. And then this piece, which is connected to the engines, and then they collide basically, and the wing can't go any farther down. So that's what stops the wings from just flopping all over the place, and what gives it its signature little stance basically. This wing is from another Lego shuttle model, but I can't remember which Lego shuttle model. It's like literally just copy pasted on. It looked pretty good, so I stuck with it. These models are hand built by me, or these wings are hand built by me. They look really good. They're real sleek. They're not really like fat and big like this top one. So it just kind of looks good. And then they stay out of the area of the troop bay right here, so that your troops can get in and out easily. You've probably already seen it, but there's a speeder bike down here, and this was actually kind of an easy thing to think of doing. On the normal model itself, there's this weird thing that hangs down right here, and I have no idea what it's for. I'm just going to assume that it clips back into there or whatever. I really don't know what it's for. Like, I can't tell you what it's for. But there's this exposed ball, and that had me thinking that you could just put things down here. And that's basically what happened here, because this speeder bike has the back end of the motorcycle, which has that ball clip right there. So I just moved the ball clip down onto the bottom of the landing gear, and when I did that, it's pretty easy just to snap the speeder bike into it, so that you have a speeder bike for your troops now. So it's kind of like the normal Republic gunship, which is pretty unique, basically. Now we get into the troop bay, which does open. So I'm going to show you guys that, of course, this does open. All 3 of them open, but I'm not going to open all 3 of them. I'm just going to use the hide tool and just hide them, so that we're left with the exposed view of the inside. So you can fit an okay amount of troops in here. It's not like the Lego Republic gunship where you can fit like, I want to say 15, 20 troopers on the inside. Now this one's more of like maybe 8 troopers at max, which isn't too bad. You could fit 1 here on these 2 studs, 1 here on these 2 studs, and then 1 there and 1 there, which is 4 on this side. And since both of these sides are basically the same thing, then you can fit another 4 over here, so 8. And then however many you want to put on the middle here, so maybe 10 at the most. You could probably fit a crap ton more in there if you just like cram them all together, but I'm not going to do that, so yeah. What I really wanted to do was take these side panel pieces, these side curves that you see here, and make them so that they open downwards to make the troops getting in and out a lot easier. Because as of right now, if your troops go to crawl out of this gunship or this landing craft, basically, they have to crawl over this panel right here, and then they're jumping down onto the ground. And then to get back in, they can't really do anything other than use like the wings or the jetpack or something, because from here, which is where it would be sitting on the ground, up to here is taller than a minifig. This is more than 5 studs. So you'd have a real issue getting the troops back in, which is why I wanted this panel to fold down, but I could not find out a way to get it to work with kind of like the design of the panel that they have, like the smooth curve sections, which is what I really like about this section. So I just left it as it was, and we're just going to assume that the troopers can jump really high and whatnot, whatever. It just works. This little archway that you see here is where those big missile things used to be. Like I said, I removed those, so instead of removing like the arch base and just making this a flat wall, I decided to put a computer inside of it. Just for added detail, it makes it look good. And then, yeah, it's pretty much all the modding that I did on the inside. There wasn't much modding needed to be done on the inside. Like, I removed some tile pieces on the inside to open up the stud floor, and then added these in there just to kind of give it a little bit of extra detail and whatnot. And this gap right here, the reason for that is because this piece is technically supposed to also be here, but there's a collision error somehow, even though there's obviously a whole plate's worth of space in there, because there's one right there. Now it should be right here as well, but it's not because there's a collision error. It's really weird like that. I don't know why that happens, but it just does, so it's whatever. But yeah, this was a pretty fun model to mess with. This is my first time messing with an Imperial model from LEGO, whereas most of the models that I mess with are Jedi Starfighters and the gunships. So this was pretty fun. This is a little bit different. There was a lot more white involved with this one, and then doing some gray detailing and stuff, but it was pretty unique. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos similar to this one. Remember, I will be live streaming. I don't know what I'm going to be live streaming yet. Just something probably, who knows. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So see you guys later in another YouTube video, and bye.